Well, hey, Sagittarians. I'm finally just about over this cold and I'm ready to give you a reading about your purpose today. I'm going to ask a few questions about what your intuition already knows, what you fear, what you desire, your challenge, your strength. But we're going to start with a card to give us an overall sense of what this purpose concerns. And as I've been doing these readings, which have been very interesting, I'm not going to be able to tell you precisely, what your career path is, or I don't know. But the purpose points to something. And the idea is you know what that is already. So let's see here. We'll start with a card that points to that and see what comes up for you. And we'll pull some cards to those specific questions and we'll clarify. All right, Sagittarius. Your purpose is the sun. That's your fire. That's your happiness. That's your authenticity. That's beautiful. The sun. It's a card of Leo. We are in Leo season. And this is just an oracle deck, but this version of the sun here looks like feeding these plants with light. And when plants are fed with light, these look like sunflowers, then they produce sugar. They produce food. They become food that we eat. So I feel like your purpose, Sagittarius, is something that has to do with shining your light and feeding the flowers. So whatever that means, like that's symbolic of something. But it's also about being your true self, like that this comes naturally to you. And I always think of Sagittarians, that centaur that you are, as a heart forth kind of people. On the bottom of the deck, a couple cards. So we have card about direction. This is a pile of stones that would mark a trail. So there is something here about needing some direction, and there's also something here about perseverance. So you got to be like this bull who has the moon between his horns, right? And you got to persevere. You got to be dedicated and go forward with this. So we'll find out more about this purpose, which is beautiful. And it seems really clear that you need direction, and then you need to draw upon your inner strength, your willpower, your stubbornness, to persevere towards that, in that direction, once you see what that is. Let's see if we can help you out a little bit more, Sagittarius, with this. So you intuitively know what this is as I'm talking about it to you. That's the idea of this next card. So let's see. What does your intuition tell you your purpose is? Let's see here, Saggies. Oh, it's so good to be reading your cards again. Let's see. Your purpose is a Muse of Materials. This is a King of Pentacles. It's very practical, very earthy energy. Very stable, very safe, very much a card of wealth and abundance, however you define that. So we're talking about the sun these days. We're revising it. What does it mean to be happy? What is abundance here? This is an abundance of light that's feeding these plants, right? So this Muse of Materials, this King of Pentacles, relates to this. You can see you walking across that bridge towards that destination. It's a destination that's beautiful. And you know what that is, right? You know what I mean by that. And you also know perhaps how you recently revised what it means to be happy, what it means to be you, and to recognize the light that you bring and the value that it brings, right? This feeds everybody, this light that you bring, this sun, to these sunflowers. You can see that there's direction here. Like we can see this person walking across this bridge in a certain direction, right? So that's why we have this here. So there is a direction that you're drawn towards. And then we can see in the image, it's a long walk. I feel this a little bit myself. I have like a clear change in direction, and then I feel fear, right? So maybe you're feeling that. So we need you to feel perseverance towards that goal, and maybe even think about holding this ideal, the sun ideal, right? The very heart of the sun is that golden orb. And think about holding that in your mind, or finding some way to help you remember what direction you feel, intuitively know you're meant to be drawn towards, despite your fear. And to persevere towards that through thick and thin, right? So you know what that is. That this card is about what you intuitively know, and I should have told you some stuff just there that helps you know what I mean. Okay, so there's something that's keeping you here that you have to persevere through. There's something that keeps you from this. It's a fear. What is your fear, Sagittarius? Your fear is the star. This is very beautiful. It's actually a fear of healing. It may be that you fear going after some kind of healing. It's also about wish fulfillment. And it's an interesting thing to fear. And we will clarify it. The star is a card of Aquarius as well. Aquarian energy is very humanitarian. We're about to have a full moon in Aquarius here on August 1st. Yeah, so we'll want to clarify why you fear the star. And this can be a thing, like we wish for something, but then we become afraid of having our wish fulfilled, right? Like you might think that you want a career, you want a spotlight, you want wealth, but then were you to have that, one of those wishes, whatever that might be for you, fulfilled, there's like a fear that's blocking that in you. So look at that. We'll clarify. What is your heart's desire? Your heart's desire is a beautiful card, the Six of Emotions. This card represents something to do with undefended love. It's a soulmate connection. It's something that you've wanted since you were a kid. It's a past lives thing. It's a really beautiful, there's a nostalgia in this card. So there's something old here from your past that you've always wanted, that you've had this desire. So when you think about purpose, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to write stories. I loved reading stories. And I ended up being a historian, which is a safe way to be a story writer here, right? So, and it's really scary to go after your wish, your absolute heart's desire. It is scary because, what if you fail? So I feel like these are related here, that your wish fulfillment, that heart's desire, something that you wanted and you knew you wanted when you were a little kid. What is that? Okay? Now, what's your challenge in going after this? The Four of Emotions. This tells me that, you've had some disappointments, emotional disappointments in your life. This is a feeling of ho-hum, been there, done that, right? That's a Four of Emotions, or Four of Cups feeling, right? So she's sitting there, just sitting in this beautiful Ace of Cups. This is an emotional new beginning. It's made by these two goddesses here. Make the shape of this cup. She's sitting here and she's looking at these empty cups. And yet look at her. She's in this divine love herself. So your challenge in a card like this is to move out of disbelief and into belief in the divine. Right? This is very much about a fear of having what you want because you haven't had it. You've been disappointed over and over again. You fear disappointment. You have a real wish here. It's big. It's beautiful. It's on this level. It's big. And you're afraid you won't get it. And you've wanted it since you were a kid. Your strength, though, in going after this, what's your strength? You do have a Two of Inspiration. This is your strength. This is an ability to envision. So this is your strength. Trust your vision, Sagittarius. You have a vision. You're good at envisioning, and when you envision the world, the life, your purpose, your dream that you've had since you were a little kid, this is your strength. So hold on to that vision, right? This is like this. Hold on, persevere, right? So we can see this envisioning space. I feel like, again, we're directed to think about, hold on to that, persevere. This is a strength, what you always wanted to be. This is your challenge. You've been disappointed. You fear disappointment. You fear that you won't, excuse me, have your wish fulfilled. Pardon me. There's a little scratchy throat here still. So underlying energy, quite a bit down here. A couple of nice cards. So first of all, we have the Fool. It's a new beginning. It's a leap of faith. It's a young, childish energy. And then we see, this is related to your Muse of Materials. This is the same suit. See all the roses. This is something that you put work into. You water the flowers, you water them, and then one day they bloom. One day fruit bursts out upon this tree, right? So there's something that it takes a leap of faith, right? And I can see it here, like this fear of disappointment. And then it takes effort. It takes perseverance that you just water day after day after day. And you hold on to that vision. And the longer we're on this planet, we can have two things happen. We can have a lot of disappointment. Or we can have what this says here, which is, excuse me, you set this up, and then you just watch the pieces fall together. This is a 3 of Wands. This is about your manifestation coming in, right? So your vision becomes real in a 3, and you're just waiting for that. You have a capacity to wait. In fact, it looks like you've waited since you were a kid for this. So let's clarify. I apologize with the coughing. I'll put some cough drops around me here for future readings and a glass of water. But I hope it doesn't interfere with your ability to get what's a really beautiful message, Sagittarius. It's simple. It's simple. You really do have to have faith in your vision. You just have to keep on trudging towards it. Just aim in a direction. And I feel like that's here too. Like there's an aim, right? Like there's a direction. It makes me think of this bridge. You just keep on watering, weeding, and then we can see the pieces fall. Another path, right? So let's see here. Clarifying, I'll clarify these cards. Muse of Materials, what's this? This is what you intuitively know already. Son of Cups, it's a classy love offer. I often get this for you. I often think of it as you, because it's often a horse and you're a centaur, right? So the Son of Cups, it's a true blue, classy love offer. It's a cup. It's that Ace of Cups, right? The Knight of Cups, it's a message of love. It's a true, deep, emotional offering. This may be you going heart forth, right? That's another reason why you go forward with your chest bared out, with your arrow, centaur that you are. Here's your home. This is your self-sovereignty, your ability to provide everything that you need for yourself. Feels very career here because the Muse of Materials is about home and career, abundance. And then when we get the 9 of Pentacles, it says you're bringing this abundance into your life all by yourself. Like, it doesn't mean you're alone, but you are sovereign of your own life. You've provided for yourself. You made yourself this beautiful home. And you know this. And then there's the Devil. This is the addiction. This is the codependence. This is self-defeating thoughts. I sensed this here when we got the star under your fear. This is a card of healing. We also have, so when we see the Devil, this needs healing. Okay, and you know this. you know this. It's self-defeating thoughts, and you're afraid to heal it. You know, we hold on to ideas about ourselves that we might as well not try. That's the self-defeating thoughts right here, right? That never works out. I might as well not try. I've tried a bunch of things. It didn't go anywhere. So you're afraid to change that story in your mind here. But let's find out more. What's this star about? Maybe we'll find out more about what this devil, this cute little goat with his feet on fire, makes me think of this. The horns make me think of that. Persevere through the thoughts, right? Because we can see the horns. So let's see. What are these thoughts? What's the sphere, the star? Let me clarify this. Your fear is the star, is wish fulfillment, healing. To me, it comes in more as healing. But let's see. Devil needs healing. There's temperance, more healing, more divine support, an alchemizing and a waiting. So there's waiting in this reading. It's going to take a while, right? Because you have to patiently work the earth. You have to keep watering your garden. You have to persevere. Temperance is a slowdown. You have to get the right mix. This is very emotional for you, Sagittarius. Yeah, there's discontent where you are. This is what this card is about. The Eight of Cups. You need 9 for wish fulfillment, and you have 8. And you're not going to get the 9th where you are. So you need to come to terms with your need to shift. And then the Empress. That's very beautiful. This goes with your use of materials, that destination, that beautiful pink rose, what you intuitively know your purpose is, right? So this is another card of self-sovereignty to go with your 9 of Pentacles, right? So you're afraid here of a healing process, and it's going to take time, right? And you have to face the fact of your discontent. And I feel like the Empress is a correction to this idea that you're not enough. Like, I feel like you're discontent with yourself. Like, you feel, Sagittarius, that you're inadequate in some way. There's something missing from you. And that's not true. You're the Empress. You're like the Queen of Queens. This is the most beautiful, powerful force in the tarot as far as I'm concerned. This is planet Earth. And then there's the divine support of temperance and the star. But you're afraid of this. You're afraid you're not enough. The devil tells you you're not enough. That's those self-defeating thoughts. So the cards want to correct you here. They know what you're afraid of. They know you're afraid you're not enough, okay? Things never work out. That's what you tend to tell yourself. We'll get to that. Now, your heart's desire, 6 of emotions, this tells me you've wanted to be this. You've known this purpose was yours for your whole life. For many lives, even. You may have started this journey many times in your life, or if you believe in past lives and past lives. But most certainly, this is a dream of your childhood. And let's find out more about that. So there is a 10 of Pentacles. This is earthy, material, career, abundance. This is wealth. It's that muse of materials. Whatever this is, where you make a real decent living. You're queen of your own life. You're self-sovereign. 9 of Pentacles, the Empress here. You know what that is. You had a vision for that. Okay? Yeah, there's more evidence of generosity here. Hang on a second. One more card. The Chariot. Oh, this Chariot keeps coming up. Card of Cancer. A momentum. A fast energy. Yeah, your dream has been this abundance, this 10 of Pentacles. You always wanted to be like a princess. You kind of wanted it to be given to you, and you wanted it quick, and you wanted it easy. And that's part of your dream, and I think that might be what's getting in your way and why you as we see in the next card, this is your challenge, is to overcome the fact that that fantasy, the get rich quick fantasy is what I see it as, was disappointed. We see you're meant to be this muse of materials. Your heart's in it. You're able to do that, sovereign of your own life. Let me see here. What is this Four of Cups? I mean, it doesn't mean you dreamed you were going to be rich, but there's, like, when you're a little girl, you wanted to be very secure. It's like very practical, earthy, home, career. And this Six of Pentacles, it's a card of having this just given to you. Charitable giving. Like that somebody just gives it to you and you get it fast. The Chariot. I feel like this ideal has broken your heart. Yeah, so we get here. This is your challenge, to overcome your disappointments. There's anxiety, insomnia. It's your head. Nine of Swords. You know, it feels like that. You can't sleep. It's this feeling. It's just your head telling you stories that aren't true about your lack in some way. Okay, so there's the truth. Keep your mind open to the truth. This Daughter of Swords, Page of Swords, very open-minded, young kind of wisdom. And then there's your Seven of Pentacles. This is you can't get it easy. You got to work for it. This here twice. You got to keep gardening. You got to keep working. Taking too long. Temperance here. Seven of Pentacles here twice. Perseverance here. Your challenge is your thoughts, your disappointments. And I actually think the thought that has most harmed you is that you want somebody else to give this to you. You want it fast. We can see that you know that if you put your heart into something, you'll make it yourself. You don't need somebody else. You can make this yourself. That's a Nine of Pentacles. That's the Empress. But you're afraid that you can't do it. You're afraid you have some kind of lack. But you know what direction to go in. And you're told to persevere, and that this is going to bring you to wish fulfillment. You're just afraid you can't do it. Oh yeah, and there's the Sun again on the bottom for you. Double suns here. Okay, so your strength. You do have a vision. Beyond the get rich quick or that chariot quickness, somebody giving it to you, you do have a vision. So what can we learn more about that? This is your strength. Keep your eyes on the prize. Oh, there's your slowpoke knight, the Son of Pentacles. Yeah, he's keeping his eye on the prize. There's that gold circle again that we keep seeing, right? It's this energy. It's part of your strength. You can be bullheaded. You can be the person with the plan, and you do all the steps and you get there one step at a time. Yes, that's an extreme willpower. Fire, your energy. This is a Ten of Wands. This is about finishing a Wands cycle. You can see the light. You come through the thicket. This is a long struggle. It's almost time to put your burden down, is what that says. And there's your willpower. More fire energy. Father of Wands. Yeah, I can see your fire, your physical ability combined with your vision and your willingness to put in the work that will help you to achieve this purpose. Which again, strangely, still on the bottom of the deck, the Sun. What else we have here? Oh yeah, nice. The Sun and victory. Look at you, rising up as a result of your will, recognized by others. Wish fulfillment. This is a beautiful purpose, is to have your wish fulfilled. It's just not going to be fulfilled in the way you hoped it would. You really hoped it would come from the outside. That's the problem. That's the devil here. That's that failure of somebody to come in and give it to you. That's your problem. But you do have a vision. You know what your purpose is. It's here multiple times. It's like here, right there. It's the sun. It's what the bull has between his horns. It's a vision. You have this vision. And you also have the perseverance to go towards that vision in a dedicated, stubborn, to take all the time it needs. And you have the willpower for it. You have the fire for this. And you're willing to do the entire wands cycle until you, after a long struggle, you get there. There's the light. But it has been a struggle already. The cards say you're divinely supported. They say this is about absolute wish fulfillment. You've had this vision your whole life long. What is that vision, Sagittarius? That's what this says. If you work for it, it will come. Don't worry about it. You are enough. You are the Empress. It's just going to come in differently. It's going to come in through your action, not somebody else's generosity. Okay? It's a very clear, cool message, Sagittarius. All right. Let me know. I'm happy for you.